Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Basically, we'll just get to the point. There's a new Atelier game. It's the first proper one since the Ryza series, and also the start of like a new story arc, so that's always exciting. The game is called Atelier Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land. It's going to be out on a lot of systems, including PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, the Nintendo Switch, Steam, and then also, for the first time for the series, it's going to be on the Xbox, specifically Xbox One, as well as Xbox Series X and S. And we have a worldwide release date as well, which is March 21st, 2025. So, yeah, nice to actually have an announcement with a lot of information. And there's actually a couple of things out, like trailers and stuff, as well as a Japanese live stream and also a shorter English video from that has a message from the producer and also has like a trailer and shows off some gameplay functions. So there's a Gematsu article that has some pretty good information. It does mention some pricing for special collection box editions and all that stuff, as well as normal versions. But those are in yen, and we'll see how it translates to the Western world. But if we go with how Atelier games have been priced lately, I'm gonna assume it'll be slightly overpriced. It does say here that the Xbox versions as well as the PC version will be digital only. Obviously not a surprise for PC, but would have been nice if the Xbox versions would have been physical, but that's how it is. I guess the market is smaller, etc., all that stuff. But I guess the market's big enough to actually release them on the Xbox in the first place. By the way, I'm not sure how the video will look because I always have problems when it comes to trailers or like showing the official stream footage of any like Atelier game. So some things they copyright strike, some not. So I don't know exactly what visual you'll see, but just letting you know. I have to say, from just the visuals, I think Atelier Yumia looks pretty good, which is, well, that's pretty much true for any Atelier game. The official art has some really nice, watercolor blotching, like when you look at the clouds and everything in the background, and how it's all a little bit like foggy-ish and, that sort of thing. I really like that sort of art style, and so that whole fairy tale vibe and look that the series is known for is definitely, it comes across here as well. Also interesting to see that Yumia has a bit of an, One-san sort of look to her. Actually, I would say she looks a little bit like, that like office lady type character combined with that short-haired girl that always wears a hoodie sort of vibe. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's an interesting combo. Also, those heels look completely ergonomically disastrous, but hey, it's a video game. I'll read to you a little bit about what Gematsu has written about the game here, presumably a translation of sorts. It says, in a world where alchemy has become taboo and is considered evil, Atelier Yumia, the alchemist of blah blah blah, follows the adventures of Yumia Liesfeld and her companions as they seek to uncover the truth behind the fall of the Alidician Empire, I don't know how it's pronounced, which once thrived with alchemy and the memories of its lost history. We've seen a bit of that sort of theme of a destroyed previous civilization with Ryza, so it's interesting that this is the case here as well. So it says here, it will take her across a ruined continent, and despite the uncertainties of confronting her past, she will need to create her own path if she hopes to unravel the mysteries behind the cataclysm that destroyed Aladis. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. Aladis? Yeah. Well, anyways, Aladiss. It does also say here that she lost her mother in an accident when she was young, and she sets out to uncover the forbidden art of alchemy while also learning the true intentions of Yumia's mother, who hid her identity as an alchemist. So it's interesting that it's seen as an evil thing or as a dark art. The trailer hints some sort of alchemy caused disaster, so maybe they're like, oh, let's leave that alone. And it says here that Yumia joins the Aladis research team, where she meets Victor von Dürer and his younger sister. It's pronounced Isla in the trailer, so we've got the traditional Atelier, let's mix a lot of languages together there, because we've got some obvious German there. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I knew somebody with the last name Liesfeld. I don't know. Sounds familiar. Anyways, I'm assuming they're not the inspiration for this character. So yeah, I'm not going to read everything here, but the trailer, it shows some interesting things. So first of all, it's going to be an open world sort of thing. The art style when you're playing in the game looks very much like, something like Genshin Impact, which obviously leads back to Breath of the Wild in terms of graphics. And, obviously there's been games before that that had this cell shaded look. Though I guess technically it's not cell shaded. I don't know. It looks... Anyway, I guess it makes sense because, it's just like the logical look of what anime would look like in 3D. And now we've come to a point where, that look has been figured out and people are going to use that art style. It is interesting, though, that, despite looking good, just because there's multiple games that look like that now, it's interesting how that can now become a generic look. But, well, that's how it is. But yeah, it's interesting how there's all kinds of different biomes, it says here, and you can also see a whole bunch of different types of environments in the trailers and the gameplay footage. So that's exciting. I find the climbing animations quite interesting. They're like a little bit over the top, but it looks like they made it so that traversing like vertical elevation isn't too cumbersome, I guess. That's what it looks like. It looks like you can just hop over everything, apparently. But everything looks pretty good from what I can tell. It looks like it would be fun to explore the different environments and gather items, that sort of thing. What I also like is that you're apparently able to customize everything with with your atelier. So in Ryza how we could change wallpapers and minor things. But here you can apparently build walls and roofs and actual sections, almost with how you can do things in The Sims, I guess. So yeah, that's interesting. I think that's quite fun. Not exactly sure how the combat will work in this game, but I'm gonna guess it's based on what they had with Ryza. I think the strength of the Atelier series really lies somewhere else. But yeah, it looks like it would be based on something we already know. Some sort of AP system, I would presume. Maybe I just missed it. It's like a long stream, so I didn't watch through everything, and it was in Japanese, so I don't understand anything. And they seem to always change up the synthesis system, so... And I basically forget how the synthesis system works in each game. It's like, I don't know, crafting systems are like my brain's weak spot. It's like I'll play it for, when I play the game, I'll learn it, and I'll remember it while I'm playing, kinda. And then maybe a few weeks or a month later, it's just I don't know. A bit strange for someone who likes Atelier games to not really remember how synthesis works in all the different games, but yeah, I don't know what to say. I still find the series fun. There doesn't seem to be a time limit. That I don't think they do that anymore. I'm presuming most people didn't like it. I think there's an interesting thing where it's it makes you really feel like time is going by and you can really waste time. So I think that's an interesting concept in the game, but perhaps people found that too stressful. But yeah, there you go. Atelier Yumia. It'll be out in less than a year. In fact, about half a year from now. So gameplay looks promising from what I can see. Obviously, I didn't mention everything or every single character. I do recommend looking at the trailers. Just type in Atelier Yumia into Google as well as YouTube. You'll see everything. And the Gamematsu article also has a good amount of information there if you're curious, looking at things in a bit more detail. So yeah, that's that. It's pretty exciting. I think I heard somebody say, well, I didn't hear. I read a comment that someone said that it's available in more languages than usual as well. So you might want to look into that, what those are again. I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't seen where it says that, but if that's true, that's a good thing. It really does look like this game is a result of the success of Ryza. They probably got a little bit of money from that. Therefore, they were able to invest more time and money into this game. So hopefully this is another step forward. So let me know in the comments what you think, and also about things that I might have not mentioned there. Things that you're looking forward to or find interesting or whatever it may be. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.